So for my first YouTube cooking video, I'm here to spoil for you the one I think is the most underrated secret to better Italian regional cooking. I've been growing up in a farm where I've assisted my grandmother executing this preparation weekly. Today, it will be all the secret about chicken stock. Chicken stock will be your best companion in Italian regional cooking adventure. It can in fact be used in a large number of hidden and lost recipes. Today, I will show you how to prepare two types of stock for different applications and one hidden secret that you can't miss. Let's get started!
So chicken stock, for sure, is not going to be the most interesting preparation you will ever do. But since Italian cooking is all about fresh ingredients cooked with care, you understand quickly that the secret lays in the small details. So bear with me. First, we take care of our bird. We will divide the chicken into smaller pieces to maximize the surface area in contact with the water, enhancing flavor extraction during cooking. I thought covering the cutting board with plastic wrap was a good idea. Let's see how it turns out. To begin, we take a whole chicken and break it down into pieces. This ensures even portion for both types of stock and allows for better flavor release. Using a sharp knife, we start by cutting around the legs and then we chop them off. Next are the wings, around and off, followed by the breast, and as I work my way through the meat, I realized wrapping the cutting board turned out to be a mistake. Look at this cut. For tougher bones, we could choose to use a knife and hammer through them, but I opted for chicken scissors instead. Those have a specially designed notch that helps grip and cut through the bones more easily, preventing damage to our knife and to your hands eventually. Once we're done, we should have 2 legs, 2 wings, 2 breasts, and 2 pieces of carcass. One of my stock making secrets is adding chicken feet and stomach. They'll add an extra dip of flavor to the stock. Chicken feet, in particular, are rich in collagen, giving the stock a thicker, richer consistency. But the chicken is only a part of the equation. The aromatics and the vegetables are just as important. Prepping the aromatics is simple, yet essential. Whole black pepper, fresh rosemary, and bay leaves. Instead of tossing them straight into the pot, I bound them in a cheesecloth and tie it up. This keeps the flavor contained and makes them easier to remove later. Aromatics are the backbone of a good stock. For the vegetables, I stick to the classic. Red and white onions, 1 for each pot. Fresh celery, carrots, and a couple of garlic cloves. We cut the onions in half and remove the outermost layer. For the celery, we slice off the base and remove the central leaves, since they can also add unwanted bitterness. The carrots remain whole, with their outer skin intact, but we trim off the green tops, as they can also be bitter. Once everything is prepped, we begin with the first type of stock. So we place a large pot on the stove, we add half of the prepped chicken, followed by half of the vegetables, and here absolutely we can't forget our secret, chicken stomach and chicken legs. We also add a generous handful of salt. And then the aromatics bundle. Fill the pot with tap water until everything is submerged. Turn the heat to high and bring it to a boil. Simple. This technique creates a delicate stock, perfect for risotto, clear soup, or poaching. Something slight yet flavorful. The kind of stock that enhances a dish without overpowering it. The remaining half of the ingredients will go through a different process. Heat a large pan with a drizzle of olive oil. Bring the chicken into the pan and brown it carefully on both sides until it develops a deep golden color. Remove the chicken from the heat and repeat the process with the vegetables, roasting them without burning them. In my case, I was at the limit. Transfer the roasted ingredients to a second pot. Then, like before, we add salt and water and we bring it to a boil. Once boiling, you'll notice a layer of creamy foam forming on top. That one we need to skim off. We then reduce the heat to the lowest setting, cover, and let it gently simmer for at least 4 hours. This method creates a deeper, richer stock, ideal for stews, braises, or flavorful broth for tortellini. Once the stock are ready, we move them off the heat. While still warm, we separate the liquid from the solid. The bones and the vegetables have done their job. But don't toss them. You can extract even more flavor if you let them sit a little longer before discarding. Some chefs even use them for a second batch, perfect for cooking grains or legumes. Let the stock cool. As it rests, a layer of fat forms on top. You can remove it or keep it. I personally keep it. I think that's where a lot of the flavor lives. This golden layer of fat can also be used for cooking, a trick that many old school cooks swear by. Now, storage. I use 1 liter food container. Just the right size for cooking for 2 to 3 people. And at this moment we can proceed filling up the containers, almost till the top, counting a bit of expansion during freezing time. Having homemade stock on hand is a game changer. It turns a simple dish into something remarkable. And just like that, we have 2 incredible stocks, setting the stage for our next regional Italian dish. And then into the freezer they go, ready for whenever we need them.
So today we went through the magic world of stock, and in particular we got to know how to cook 2 different types of stock and how to store them properly. So if you found this video useful and want to get on board for the next Italian regional recipe, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Alla prossima!